Hello friends, in the present video, we will discuss about fact of safety for C5 soils for an infinite slope. So in the previous videos, we have seen how to find the fact of safety for the cohesionless soils. Here we'll talk about the C5 soils. So what is the difference we will get here? So only the shear strength of the soil will be varied. So the shear strength will be equal to, can be written as C plus normal stress into tan phi. So if it is a cohesion-less soils, the C parameter will be equal to 0. But as we are talking about the C5 soils, cohesion will also be included. Okay. Now, so we'll see what is the factor of safety. That will be written as shear strength divided by shear stress. So how many cases we have seen? For dry soil we have seen, for submerged soil we have seen, and also for slopes subjected to seepage flow. Okay, let us talk about the, if it is a soil in dry condition. Suppose if the soil is in dry condition, the factor of safety will be, so here you have to use the unit weight of the soil in the dry condition. Simply you have to use unit weight of soil. So factor of safety, as we can say, that can be written by shear strength divided by shear stress. So S will be C plus sigma and tan phi. C value will be given in the question. And if you recall, what about the sigma and normal stress acting on the failure plane? Gamma into H into cos square I tan phi divided by whatever the shear stress. If you recall it, gamma H into cos I into sin A. Okay. So only the difference is that C cohesion will also add in the shear strengths. Other than that, every procedure will be same. So this is how we'll find out the factor of safety in a dry condition. Now let us consider the submerged condition. So submerged condition, that means entire slope is submerged under water. So if entire slope is submerged under water, so here we have to use the submerged weight density. Submerged weight density, that is normally will be denoted by gamma dash. So as the soil is completely filled with the water, first we have to find out the saturated weight density. Under the saturated weight density, you have to neglect the unit weight of the water. So this is what called the saturated, or we can say submerged unit weight of the soil. So again, this factor of safety is same. So factor of safety will be equal to S divided by tau. S second can be written as C plus. So instead of the unit weight of the soil, here you have to consider the, as entire soil is under submerged condition, you have to consider the submerged unit weight of the soil. Gamma dash into H into cos square I tan phi divided by tau, nothing but a gamma dash into H into cos I sin A. So in the previous videos, we have already seen the problems under these four conditions. So here we are only adding the term C. Okay. Now, next case. In the third case, let us say seepage flow is there up to ground surface. Okay. Suppose let us consider infinite slope, and let us assume that you are finding the factor of safety at this failure plane. So it is at a distance of H, and in the present case, your water level is up to ground surface, the seepage flow. So here, if you want to find out the factor of safety, remember one thing. Okay. First, if you want to find the normal stress, then you have to use the effective parameters. That means effective stress or submerged unit weight and all. So here we have to take the effective parameters. If you remember this term, then we won't commit any mistake. So if you want to find out the shear stress, so here you have to take the total parameter. That means like you have to take the what is the total weight of the soil on that failure plane. So like that on. So based on this, similarly write down the factor of safety. Factor of safety will be written as shear strength divided by shear stress. That will be equal to C plus, as if you are writing for sigma n, that you have to write down in terms of the effective parameters. What is effective parameters? Submerged unit weight gamma dash into H into cos square I tan phi divided by, if you are writing for the shear stress, we have to write down in terms of the total parameters. So what about the total stress, or else we have to call it as a, what is the weight of the soil? Weight of the soil can be found out by using the saturated unit weight. So that's why here I'll take the gamma saturation into H into cos I into sin I. So just remember this point. Wherever you want to use the normal stress, there you have to use the effective parameters. If you want to find the shear stress, then you have to use the total parameters in this infinite slopes. Just remember, I'm not talking about everything, but in the present specific case. Okay. Next, consider the last case. Let us say your seepage flow is up to a depth Z from failure plane. So what is the difference? In the previous case, our complete depth of the soil is under the is under seepage flow. But here, only a specific depth of the slope is under the seepage flow. In this case, how do we have to consider? Again, let us draw the diagram. Let us say this is the infinite slope, right? So let us consider you are finding the factor of safety at a depth h from the ground surface. Let us say this is the failure plane, and let us assume that your seepage flow is up to at a depth of z from the failure plane. Let us remember the seepage depth we are considering from the failure plane. This point you have to understand. In the previous case also, whatever the formulas we have derived, there also we have considered the seepage depth from the failure plane only. Okay. Let us say this distance is z. That means in the portion of z, this oil is completely filled with the water. That means seepage flow is there in the downward direction. So in this part, the soil is under dry condition. In this part, it is under saturated condition. As it is a saturated condition, then which parameter you have to use? We have to use the gamma saturation in this part. So above the depth h, here the soil is under dry condition. If it is under dry condition, then you have to use the parameter gamma D. That's it. If you understand this, then we can write down the formula easily. So what is the factor of safety? That will be equal to, as we know, S divided by tau. And also that will be equal to, S means C plus sigma n tan phi divided by tau. As we have already discussed, if we are talking about sigma n, we have to use the effective parameter. If you want to talk about tau, we have to use the total stress parameter. Understood? Now, let us say at this point, what is the normal stress equation and the failure plane? It will be gamma into h into cos square I. In all previous cases, either we are under dry condition or else we are under submerged condition, or else the soil is completely filled with the water. But now what is happening? Some part of the soil is under dry condition, some part of the soil is under the saturated condition. Then how do we have to consider the effective parameter? So here we have to consider the effective parameter only in the saturation part. Okay. So that's why, how can I written sigma n here? Sigma n, that will be equal to, what is the effective parameter in this part? Gamma d. So gamma d into, what is the depth? Depth is nothing but a h minus z. Okay. I will write on the another slide. Okay. So again, I am drawing the slope here. Okay. And Again, I am drawing the seepage level. Okay, this is what from here to here. What is the depth? Z we have considered. From here to here, what is the depth we have considered? H we have considered. So from here to here, it is how much? Total H minus Z. So in this part, we have to use the gamma D. In this part, we have to use the gamma Z. So only the difference will come in this part of Z. So let us talk about sigma n. I will write down the sigma n. Let us divide into some different parts, okay? Normally, how we will write it down? Gamma into H into cos square I. So here, throughout the depth, your weight density is constant. But here what is happening? Up to some depth, we have to use gamma D, and after some depth, it is under saturated condition. So with respect to depth, the unit density of the soil is varying. So that's why I will write down my normal stress here from up to H minus Z, I'll take gamma D, and up to Z, from here to here, I will take gamma Z. Okay. So as here we have to take the effective parameter. So we will only subtract the unit weight of submerged weight density under this seepage flow depth only. So if you write down this up to this depth, what I should write? Gamma D of the soil into what is the depth of until which? H minus Z plus from here to here, it is under saturated condition, but we have to use the effective parameter. So that's why what I should write here. Okay, I will write down at the bottom so that we can get clarity. Okay, sigma n, that will be equal to up to this much H minus Z. What we have to write? Gamma D into H minus Z plus in the seepage depth flow, we have to use the effective parameter. That means gamma sat minus gamma W into of what is the depth of the seepage flow? Z. So this is what the value of gamma into Z if it is under uniform condition. But here we are having two different soil types. So that's why we have to add those two conditions into same thing, cos square I. Right? Now, coming to the shear stress, what we should write here? This one we have to write down in terms of the effective parameter. What is the effective parameter here? It is nothing but a gamma D into H minus Z plus under the seepage, what is the total weight? Nothing but a gamma sat into Z. This is the total weight of the soil, or else you can consider it as a total stress into cos I sin I. So if you see in the form of the formula, if you want to by heart it, it is very difficult. Obviously, we'll commit the mistake, but you have to remember it like if you are taking about the normal stress, you have to think it like you have to take the effective parameter. If you want to take about the shear stress value, there you have to take about the total parameters. If you remember that, then you can easily write it down. Otherwise, if you want to simply by heart this, then obviously I can tell you we will commit the mistake in the exam. So if I substitute these formulas again in this equation, again that will be a very little bit lengthiest. Okay, that's why we don't substitute it. It's better if this problem is coming, separately find out sigma n, separately find out tau. After that, submit in this equation. Then you will get the correct results instead of combining all them in a single equation. Now, this is what about the infinite slopes of C5 soils. So if it is of C5 soils, again we have seen the four different conditions: for dry condition, for submerged condition, for seepage flow up to the surface level, or seepage flow up to some depth. So just like in the cohesionless soils, here also in the similar way, either you have to find out the factor of safety, or else you have to find out the what is the safe slope in the same way that we have discussed the problem as in the previous videos. Thank you.